Asylum no more for Central American migrants. Not Medicare, but Obamacare for all. Let Americans be American again. Trump versus the squad. I'm Jamal Simmons. This is why you should care. The Trump administration is curbing asylum protections for Central Americans. The Departments of Justice and Homeland Security made the announcement Monday, and the interim final rule is set to go into effect on Tuesday. To be eligible for asylum, refugees will now have to start the process before reaching the U.S. border. Otherwise, they'll be turned away. The new rules are the latest effort to keep migrants from crossing the border through Mexico, many of whom the administration says are abusing the asylum protection system. One exception: victims of trafficking would still be granted asylum under the new rule. Here's why you should care. Vice President Mike Pence paid a visit to the border late last week, touring 2 detention facilities to show that conditions weren't as bad as critics have suggested. Well, actually, one of them was pretty tough. Apparently, the stench was so bad that CBP officers had to wear masks. Footage captured gross overcrowding. One migrant man said he hadn't showered in 45 days. Some haven't brushed their teeth in a month. I'm not sure if Vice President Pence came away feeling vindicated after his border visit, but does it really matter? Although the administration reserves the right to change asylum regulations, it is almost certain to face legal challenges. Either way, shouldn't we treat human beings better than this? Former Vice President and 2020 presidential hopeful Joe Biden unveiled his alternative to Medicare for all today.
I understand the appeal of Medicare for all, but folks supporting it should be clear that it means getting rid of Obamacare, and I'm not for that.
His answer on fixing health care is to expand Obamacare, from Medicaid expansion to protections for patients with pre-existing conditions. Biden also wants to add a new government-run public insurance option. Now here's why you should care. We know from our Hill HarrisX daily poll research, most Americans like the idea of Medicare for all. 70% say they'd support universal coverage. But when it gets down to the finer details, Americans want both Medicare for all and a system that would allow people the option of private, employer-based, or supplemental insurance. Biden's campaign says the plan will cost an estimated $750 billion over a decade. How does he propose to pay for it? By reversing some of the Trump administration's tax cuts. Progressives say they want a Democratic candidate who will aim for universal health care coverage rather than an incremental plan and end up settling for less. Joe Biden promises that stopping the progress made on Obamacare is unacceptable and that the former Veep's new plan works toward achieving universal coverage as soon as possible. This plan makes clear the health care fight in the Democratic primary is Medicare for all or more Obamacare. The President of the United States, who made his political reputation when he demanded to see Barack Obama's birth certificate, is at it again when he targeted 4 Democratic congresswomen who, he tweeted, originally came from countries whose governments are a complete and total catastrophe. He continued, why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? And he expanded on that today.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
For the record, Rashida Tlaib was born in Detroit, Ayanna Pressley was born in Cincinnati, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was born in New York, the same place where Donald Trump was born. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was born in Somalia, but her family came here in pursuit of a better life. Here's why you should care. Because, #America. According to the Census Department, almost 90 million of us are immigrants or born in them. That's 28% of the entire American population. This attack by the president is really just a return to the go back to Africa old racist trope. I guess he thinks there are people in his political coalition who like such things. Will our country exclude millions of people from the opportunity of America because of their parentage, their skin color, or their religions? Or not? Donald Trump isn't attacking these congresswomen because it's good for America or it's good for solving the immigration debate. He's attacking them because it's good politics for Donald Trump. That's it for today. You can catch more of this show and other great content from Hill TV by subscribing to the Hill's YouTube channel. Just click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted. You can use the hashtag WHISK to let us know what you think. Also, find me on Twitter at Jamal Simmons or on Facebook and Instagram at Real Jamal Simmons, and let me know what you think too. That's why you should care. See you tomorrow.